In the cooling system of a vehicle, various materials are exposed to direct contact with the coolant. Those materials have to be sustainably protected against corrosion in order to ensure the optimal operation of the cooling system and the engine. The corrosion protection of our GLYSANTIN premium engine coolant is tested regularly by BASF in its lab facilities. For this, materials are tested for many hours in heated coolant. The test materials used are metals that are usually found in the cooling system: copper, soft solder, brass, steel, cast iron, and cast aluminum. The left jar has been filled with a yellow-colored standard coolant. The right jar contains a pink-colored premium engine coolant, GLYSANTIN. The coolant samples, still under constant ventilation, are heated up to 88 degrees Celsius. In these conditions, the reaction of the metals is tested over a period of 500 hours. After 100 hours, you can already see changes in the metal surfaces exposed to the standard coolant. Corrosion can be observed on the steel and cast iron, even after the short period of time. Looking at the GLYSANTIN sample, however, you cannot see any changes. After 300 operating hours, intense corrosion also becomes visible on the aluminum sample, whilst the cast iron and steel samples are no longer recognizable. There are still no changes to the metal test materials in the GLYSANTIN sample. In the standard coolant, corrosion particles build up and float around in the fluid. If this was inside an engine, those particles could settle in the cooling system and then clog the narrow cooling channels. Long-term, this can lead to system failure and cause severe damage to the engine. After completing the series of tests and removing the metals, it is clear the corrosion of the metals exposed to the standard coolant is significant and clearly visible. In contrast, the metal samples exposed to GLYSANTIN premium engine coolant have practically remained unchanged. For an engine, this means GLYSANTIN forms a protective layer inside the cooling system and by doing so, provides a long-lasting protection of the materials against corrosion. Therefore, BASF's premium engine coolant always ensures the optimal performance of the cooling system and consequently prevents damage to the engine.